The Macan ranges from quick to blisteringly fast, the common thread, a capable suspension and transmission throughout the lineup. The 2018 Porsche Macan is the pinnacle of crossover performance. According to us, its blend of turbocharged engines, a willing 7-speed dual-clutch automatic, and effortless poise on the road are all above average. In fact, they're great. It earns an 8 out of 10 for performance because it can't overcome its tall ride height, or 4-seater shape. If a sports car is what you're after, might we show you over to the 718 or 911 side of the showroom? Last year, Porsche added a base turbo 4 to the Macan lineup that serves as the gateway. Its 252 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque is enough to motivate its mass up to 60 miles per hour in a blink over 6 seconds, but we wouldn't know that for sure. We haven't driven one. More buyers will be tempted by the twin-turbocharged V6 that comes in a variety of outputs in the Macan S. The V6 makes 340 horsepower and 339 pounds-ft and drops the 0 to 60 miles per hour time to 5.0 seconds, with the Sport Chrono package. It's suitable for most purposes, with plenty of punch for highway passing and at home in ski country climbs. The Macan GTS gets a slightly bigger boost, up to 360 horsepower, and a lowered ride height, air suspension, and bigger brakes. The GTS has enough gusto to make any commute interesting, but the trim level is better considered as a collection of performance-facing packages that can be had at a discount. Shoppers wavering between the Macan S and Macan GTS should consider the frequency and proximity of entertaining canyon runs before shelling out the extra cash. The Macan Turbo raises the output to 400 horsepower, or 440 horsepower with performance package, and lowers the 60 mph sprint to 4.6 seconds or quicker like the 911 Turbo. The Macan Turbo bundles silly amounts of power into a small package. Its turbos rip off blistering passes and crackle, spit, and spin out wastegate excess like a champion. The Macan Turbo doesn't perform in the real world. Its extraordinary prowess to quickly pull out Amtrak-sized gaps between it and the car behind it are wonderful. Why excessive, that is. We applaud buyers who consider the Macan Turbo to be suitable for daily use. They're the same folks who'd use a samurai sword for a letter opener regardless of cylinder count or specific output. The Macan is mated to a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic, PDK, in Porsche shorthand. That's a competent companion to any engine. It lacks the lurch that other dual-clutch automatics have from a standing start, and it rips off shifts with lightning speed. All-wheel drive is standard on every Macan and it's capable off-road, although we are not sure how many buyers will consider it for that kind of detail. With a standard steel suspension setup, the Macan sports 7.8 inches of ground clearance. Opting for the air suspension, which is standard on the GTS, can raise the ride height up to 9.0 inches, or lower it down for more efficient cruising or load level height. In practice, the Macan is just as capable as a Land Rover Range Rover Evoque. But like that model, we are not clear on how many buyers will ask it to trudge through a wilderness.